questions that you may have. Happy Friday. Yay, we're on the weekend. Some of us means nothing and some means a whole lot. But I am going to read one more bully, because remember this week was just for bullying. The topic was bullying and I kind of got behind, so we are going to finish that up now. And yes, because as I said before, it's a topic that needs to be had. So a lot going on, a lot of bullying, a lot of children unaliving themselves because of bullying. So again, it is a conversation, a topic that needs to be had. As I said before, we need to get back to bringing the village back, being supportive of one another, which includes our children. A lot of them are being led astray. It's unfortunate. But as I said, we need to change the way we now parent, because times are different. And if you're really looking at the news, let me tell you something. When reality hits you, acknowledge it. Because what we know that we are going backwards instead of forward. Okay? And so to think all that you have done before, that you will now get away with it, you are sadly mistaken. You are sadly mistaken. So with that being said, hold on one second, guys. Just 1 second here. Huh, okay, I'm back. But so with that being said, and remember the topic that I was speaking of. The child looked like she may have been between 12 and 13 years old. So let's speak about what happened. What happened? This here child was bullying. The boy looked like maybe he was 5 or 6. 5 the most. Well, allegedly, she was bullying this here child. And the father, I don't know what part of the school, but he came up to the school to address the situation. And he said to the girl, "Do not speak to my son or don't bully my son." Well, the little girl said something like, "Yeah, Papa." And she bent down to say something else to the child, I'm assuming. And suddenly, I am telling you, and I'm not exaggerating, if this happened on a Tuesday, he has slapped Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday out of her. Some people thought that's what she get. And my thoughts are, two wrongs don't make it right. If she was wrong for bullying, the father, no, he's not even equally wrong. He's wrong on a whole other level, because he assaulted someone's child, a 13-year-old, a grown man, and a female on top of it. And so to me, I don't think that was right, because then what are you showing your child? After all of that What do you think that his child took from that situation? And how would he handle anger? So, I was reading the comments, and a lot of people, oh, she got what she deserved. Oh, she was disrespectful. Oh, her parents should have taught her better. And I'm not going to say that, you know what, sometimes I'm not going to even put that on the parent, because you can teach your child. Yeah. And when they go out that door, they're going to do something totally different because, I don't know, maybe they like being center of attention. I mean, when it's all said and done, we don't know. But to say that it is right for a grown man to strike a child, and we're just going to say under 16, was wrong. Like, I don't see the right in that. There's more harm done. And you probably could have gotten better results, as I said before, by allowing the school to take care of it. And if they did not take care of it, moving it towards filing a police report, maybe going through courts, because, again, apparently we are moving backwards instead of forward. And you cannot be of color. And sometimes when we're speaking of color, we are, and I don't really, let's put it this way. There are people of color, melanated skin. They could be from Haiti, they could be from, who knows, I don't know, the Dominican Republic, and there's no telling. But I say that to say this. When you know what you are up against, stop acting like you have the cards in your favor, because you don't. You don't. And if you, I'm just going to say, because that's why we're called To the Point. If you speak anything that does not sound like the original language that some perceive English to be, chances are you are one of the ones that will be on your way out. And that's just keeping it real. That's just getting right to the point. That is just getting to the point. You sound like anything that is foreign. Chances are you're leaving here. You're leaving. And why? For what? For what? Okay, look at here. We are going back to the times when you must learn how to keep your cool. Keep your mouth shut. Stop trying to, you have rights. And stop trying to act like you don't know that your rights are being taken and that you're limited in what you say and what you do. That's just the reality of it all. So again, please do not act like you do not know that we are going backwards instead of forwards. And is it something that we can do about it? Well, to me, outside of praying, we're not there yet. Yeah. Until the Most High steps in, we are not there yet. And so we cannot, and we need to teach our children, do not go outside your door acting like you have the upper hand. Again, because we are going backwards instead of forward. We are in a different time. And when it's all said and done, not getting political, not getting racial, when it's all said and done, when the cards are stacked against you, you have to move differently. You know, we need to teach our children about praying. Praying. And that's all they can do at this point in time. Is just pray for something different. So, with that being said, we are going to take a look at when your child is caught. What do you do when your child is caught in the act of bullying? Because it happens. And a lot of times, some of us lose it. I am telling you. You know, first of all, you know, I just want to say that they need to ban parents going to school, chastising their children, especially using corporal punishment, because it's just not a good look. And it should not be happening. And this is the reason why we are on this topic about being the village and changing our old generational ways that we know to be the right way when it's not. Because when you go up to that school and you decide to embarrass your child, number one, mentally, physically, it's causing them harm. Number two, the very people that called you up to that school will be the very ones that call the authorities on you when you leave. Stop setting yourself up. Stop setting yourself up. So, now, what's a parent's playbook when confronted with their child bullying? Let's talk about that, okay? So, I'm just looking where to start because it's so much. The initial reaction, acknowledge the situation. Acknowledge the situation, okay? Stay calm, stay calm. Parents should aim to remain composed when confronted with this difficult reality. Overreacting can further escalate the situation and hinder open communication. And like I said, when you go up to that school, if you go outside your door and you get that call, and the first thing you do is snatch your child up screaming and yelling. And let me tell you, I seen this video, the boy looked to be maybe 6. The parent was called up to the school. So the mother gets there. She grabbed this child up by the shirt, just dragging the poor thing by the shirt, and with one belt in another hand, just whacking head, shoulder. You know that game, head, shoulders, knees, and toes? Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. And the teacher was just looking. She had to be in shock because I was in shock. I was in shock watching it from a computer. And I am telling you, I could not believe, first of all, how many N-words she was calling him and how she was up in his face. If you heard it and not seen it, you would have thought that she was talking to another adult. I mean, she was all that, nah, N-word, yeah, you, I'm like, whoa. Now, if I took a look at that video and said, well, he gets it from home, What do you think is going through the minds of the staff members? What do you think is going through their minds? I mean, I thought it was another adult. And it was like, whoa, wait, you're overreacting. Sure, as parents, we get tired of getting that phone call, oh, he's not doing the homework, or he's the class clown, or whatever the case may be. But when you're the clown master, the clown puppet is going to do what the master is doing. So looking and getting aggressive is not handling the situation well. It's not a good look on you. Because what we choose to forget is that when you're dealing school, hospital, even in home daycare, you are mandated by law if you see abuse to report it. Now, here's another video that I saw. I don't know what these children was doing, but the parent had the child by one hand, a belt in another hand, and all that parent had was butt. That's it. He wasn't going across the head. He wasn't going across the face. He was doing nothing but butt. And even though, you know what I mean, I'm not an advocate for corporal punishment because, to me, I don't believe you're you're not going to get what you're looking for. The results are not going to be the same. But when you are doing it on that butt and not all across the back and in the face and the legs and cussing and elbowing and kicking and slobbering all over a child, the look is different. This child is being disciplined because who knows if that was the end result. How many times were they told that this was coming? I don't know. But then to take a child and you just whacking away like like you at Chuck E. Cheese on a whack-a-mole game, like something is wrong with that picture. Like I said, not a good look. Not a good look. Open dialogue. Create an environment where your child feels safe to discuss their behavior without fear. And see, that's a big difference. When you are chastising your child and you're doing it with so much aggression that your child becomes fearful. Your child becomes fearful that there's no communication. And instead of allowing that child to express themselves and say exactly what happened, you are there whooping the daylights out of that child. So you get more screaming and hollering than you are of an explanation. So, encouraging open dialogue allows parents to understand the context and motivations behind the bullying. Now, investigate and gather information. Ask questions. Probe deeper by asking your child about their actions, their feelings, experiences related to bullying. Understanding why behind this behavior is crucial, and it really is. Why? Why do you think you need to go and bully someone? Because a lot of times, I'm telling you, behind that bullying, that person could have been the one that was bullying your child. And so if you never taught your child conflict management, and all your child know is when you go out there, you do this and you do that and you do this, and they're doing exactly what you told them to do. So then why are you acting like you're in shock? Sometimes it's karma, sometimes it's just the tables turning. But you should want to find out why. Why would your child be bullying another child? So, listen. Show genuine interest in your child's viewpoint, ensuring they feel whatever it is that they're feeling, that they're being heard. Now, this can uncover underlying issues such as peer pressure or feeling inadequate. Hello, blessings, Cassandra. Blessings, thank you for joining me. Now, educate about bullying. Educate your child about bullying. Define bullying. Help your child understand what constitutes bullying, its form, physical, verbal, relational, and its harmful effect on others. Because as I said before, a lot of times, not knowing, because we come off so aggressive with our children, that when they are being bullied, they hide it. Because that old generational curse, if somebody get up in your face, you better do this and you better do that, and you don't give them time to breathe. We just come with this, really, I want to say, this combat, like, oh, don't let them look at you, don't let them step on your shoes. It's just madness, generational madness. Watch what you teach your child. Now, discuss empathy. Teach your child about empathy and encouraging them to consider how their actions affect their peers. Engaging in discussions about feelings can promote understanding and compassion. And to me, and you must practice compassion, like you have to soften your child up. And this is just my opinion. You need to soften them up. You need to be soft yourself. You need not be so aggressive. So when your child go outside that door, they would not be so aggressive. Really. And if your child says, I don't want to fight, or it doesn't make sense to me, that don't mean you start calling them names. Because not everyone is as aggressive as you are. So watch how we speak to our children. Because again, if we truly believe that we are not bullying our kids so they go out and bully others, you need to rethink that, and you need to look up the definition of bully yourself. Now, set clear expectations and consequences. Now, establish ground rules. Make it clear that bullying is unacceptable. Setting consistent behavior expectation encourages accountability. Really. Implement appropriate consequences. Discuss appropriate consequences for their actions, which could include loss of privilege or partaking in activities that promote empathy and community services. To me, that makes sense. Before you get to the point that you want to get physical with your child. And a lot of times, and I said it once and I'll say it again and I'll keep on saying it, if your child displays some type of mental behavior, get that child the help that he needs. Get that child the help that is due. And stop doing the sweep under rug syndrome. I don't want nobody to know, if somebody finds out what they're going to think of us, and oh man, we need to get away from that. We need to get away from that. Now, encourage accountability and repair. Encourage apologies. Promote your child to apologize to those they have bullied, fostering accountability and the opportunity for reconciliation. And having your child apologize does not mean that you go up to the schoolhouse, berate that child, physically and verbally assault that child in front of another child. Because you know what happens then? Well, that child already knows Well, if I say you did something wrong, the way your mother come up here, oh, she coming back up here again, the lies start. See, one action causes another reaction that causes another reaction that causes another reaction. Children will lie when they see that you have the upper hand, and now your child is being bullied because everyone in that school knows exactly what happened and they will throw it in your child's face. See that? So it's not fair. Now, problem solving. Work with your child to identify alternative ways to handle social interaction or conflict. Focus on constructive behaviors that promote positive relationships. And I'm telling you, back in the day, this is what my mother used to say to us. If you can't get along, stay away. If you cannot get along with someone, stay away. Know how to play by yourself. Yeah, yeah. And it was enough of us that when maybe it was two or three of us in a grade in that school together. So we were told to find each other and play. And some of us know. If you living with a person like outside, I want to get away from you because I see you all day at home. But we were told, if you cannot get along with someone, stay away from them. Now, work with the school. Communicate with the educators. If the behavior is occurring in a school setting, consider collaborating with teachers and school counselors for to create a comprehensive support plan. And just as well as you are to communicate with them, you need to let them know, hey, look, I'm bringing this to you and I see no results. At that point, it is time to go to the school district. If you're not getting what you want and you're not satisfied and the problem still, it's still there, it's ongoing, get yourself over to the school district. Even with the teachers, they'll be held accountable as well. Go to the school district. Now, involvement in anti-bullying programs, and I am telling you, schools have anti-bullying programs, but you have to enforce it in order for, it to be laid out properly. Like, what good is saying there's a bullying program when somebody's child is being bullied, you know nothing about it. So what good is the program? Just having it there just to say that the school offered this, it means absolutely nothing. Because again, that 11-year-old girl that unlived herself, the teachers at the school knew, and no one notified the parents that that child was being bullied about ICE coming to take her parents away and how she was going to be by herself. So here was a buildup going on, and no one said a word. No one said a word. So when it's all said and done, the anti-bullying program failed, the teacher failed, the school district failed because no one's holding no one accountable for anything. Everybody just failed as parent. And when it's all said and done, all the I'm sorry's in the world cannot bring her child back. No. So by following the parent playbook, if your child is caught, parents can take a proactive and constructive approach when faced with their child's bullying behavior. This not only helps the child recognize the consequences of their action, but also fosters personal growth, empathy, and a healthier interaction in the future. And like I said, if you move in love, a child will open up. But when you coming down on that child tends to just, and when you look at it, sometimes you hear parents say, well, what happened? You wasn't quiet when you were doing it. I mean, none of us is quiet while we're doing something, because getting caught is the last thing on our minds. but at least find out why. Why? Now, we're going to discuss why parents should not take matters into their own hands when their child is being bullied. Because number one, you approaching someone else's child, flip that around, suppose somebody approached your child, you would hit the ceiling. So then why are you approaching someone else's child in a hostile manner on top of that? But, so modeling violence is counterproductive. If you model violence, what is it that you are teaching your child? You're saying one thing and you're doing another, and your child is repeating that behavior. Because again, if we truly believe that we cannot bully our own kids, then we have another thing coming. Wake up. So, engaging in bullying behavior, even in retaliation, sends the wrong message to the children. They may learn that violence and aggression are acceptable ways to solve problems. Yeah. And I think that is what that parent relayed to their child when that grown man took it upon himself to slap that 12 or 13-year-old. That's what you put in front of your child. Now, the legal consequences, because there are legal consequences. So everyone that was in that video, leaving that comment, oh, she got what she deserved, he should have done more, her parents should have raised her better. You best believe that man probably had a knock on his door. More than likely, that man had a knock on his door. Now, assault charges. Taking matters into your own hands can lead to legal repercussions. Approaching another child aggressively can result in criminal charges against the adult, which can have long-term consequences for the entire family. Because like I said, now there's unnecessary money being spent because now you have to fight this case. Now you have to come up with bail money. You see that? You see that? And now you, as the father, you're no longer there to protect your family from no one. Now, escalation of conflict, potential for violence. Confrontation can escalate quickly, leading to further aggression or retaliation from the bully or their family. You see that? My child bullied your child, and my child was wrong. You assaulted my child, and now you're wrong. So the way you came to her, now I'm coming to you. But even that's not even a way to handle it. You can file charges. Well, all that, we're going to get back, I am telling you, somewhere along the line, we need to stop wiping each other out. And basically, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. The cards are stacked against us as it is. But our actions is what they are looking for to tear apart our home. And like I said, if you have a dialect, if your language is anything outside of English, we already know. We already know. And when I say we, I'm talking about the ones that may look melanated, but you're not. You're I don't know. I'm not going to even say it because then it would just sound a certain way. But let me tell you something. And let's just put it out there. If you know that you are on that list to be deported. Cross your T's and dot your I's. Don't bring the attention to you because you don't want it. And like I said, say it because listening to the Father talk, so we know that either he was Haitian, Dominican, could have been Ethiopian. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, because there was a woman that was with the man and she had the, you know, the scarf over her head, because I'm not going to even go back into biblical history, but we already know if it walks like a duck and is quacking like a duck, then it is a duck to some, okay? And you know, right in the midst of all of that conversation, 3 letters, ICE, will be right there. Don't do that to your child. Just don't do it. It's not fair. It is not fair. And so let's continue. Now, a lack of resolution. Ineffective solutions. Confrontation may not resolve the bullying issue. It can lead to more animosity and might not address the root cause of the bullying behavior. A more supportive and constructive approach is likely to result in a better outcome. And it will. We have to learn how to remain calm. I'm telling you, all of this, oh, I'm going to fly off the handle, or I'm going over there to do this, and I'm going to do that. Like, what are you proving and what are you gaining? Because as I said before, the wrong person that you run up on and assault their children, you already know what the outcome is going to be. You already know. Oh, when I see you, if I see anything that look like you, if I see anything that's related, and we need to move away from that. I am telling you, there is so much going on in this world right now as we speak, assaulting one another. We should want to give that up. We should want to get that up. We should get away from that, okay? Because when you look at these situations, and I just can't bring them all off the top of my head. Ahmaud Arbery, was that the young man's name? The woman in Texas that was healthy, and then all of a sudden she was unalive. How? The woman in Kentucky that called because she thought someone was breaking in, and they get to her house and think that she's the aggressor and she's alive. Man, if we don't wake up, and then we look to blame someone else instead of blaming ourselves, again, we already know we are going backwards and not forward. So why would you continue to set yourself up? I am telling you, if you don't believe in prayer, if you don't believe in the power of prayer, you better find it. You better find it. Because today, tomorrow, all the days and tomorrow of the next 4 years or so, you better know, honey, there's no one on your side better than the Most High himself, okay? Because that's all you have to count on. That's all you have to really show you the way to say, you know what? Let me take all the legal process that they are going to take against me, So let me get to the court and leave a paper trail before they leave one on me. You keep playing with these people, you keep playing with these people in office, we all gonna find out more sooner than later, okay? So, it's emotional impact, stress and anxiety. Parents retaliating in an aggressive manner can heighten stress and anxiety for the child who is being bullied. They may feel caught in the middle and worry about the repercussions of their parents' actions. And that's where it all comes down to. That's what it all comes down to. Find out why. Take it to the proper authorities. So you have to take some time off of work. Take that time off of work. Go ahead. So when that time comes, no one can say, I exhausted every avenue I possibly could. Hold that school accountable. Hold that parent accountable. But at the same time, if the parent is not aware, because a lot of things our children go outside their door and do is not what we are telling them to do, is not what we taught them. And this is the reason why also, if you yourself as a parent does not make your home a happy home, it will show outside your door. It will show outside your door. And why put that on your child? Now, potential damage to relationships, strain community ties. Aggressive actions can harm relationships not only between the families involved, but also within the community. It can damage friendships and create divisions, making it harder for children to socialize in healthy environments. And that is so true. As much as I'm talking about bringing the community back, bringing back that village to help each other out with one another's children. When something like that happens, you best believe that people across your street is going to see it one way, that people down the street is going to see it another way, and the next thing you know, you have them in the middle of your mess. Of your mess. And when your child, soon something happens on that street, oh, it's probably so-and-so's child, because you know they just got in trouble for beating on somebody else's kid. So every time something happens, you are the target. Your children did it. And we know it to be true. We know it to be true. I just seen a video of the mother and the daughter. I guess the neighbor said something to the grandmother, so the mom and the granddaughter come to take care of the, I don't know what they thought was going on. And so the mother instructed the daughter, you see the mother instructed the daughter. The daughter goes up this man's driveway and kicks his dog. What does that little dog have to do with what's going on? What? And how do you justify that? So now they're looking for the daughter. But notice how the mother didn't go up there and kick the dog. Because why would you need to send her up there? You could have went there and kicked that dog yourself. But see, at that moment, the mom was not thinking, oh, I'm about to set my child up for charges. No, it was a thing of, oh, we're going to handle it this way. We're going to get physical. Oh, I'm telling you. I am telling you. All of you that look like me, you better rethink what you're doing out in these here streets. You better rethink what you are doing in these streets. Okay? This ain't McDonald's where you having it your way. I said we're going backwards. And you keep on with this, oh, I'm tough, and you know, oh yeah, because I can fight, I can cuss, I can cause a scene. I am telling you, of all the things that we need to repopulate and overpopulate, the jail cell is not one of them. And that's just getting to the point, okay? That's just going to the point right there. That's not where you want to be, okay? So, instead of resorting to bullying behavior, it is essential for parents to act thoughtfully, strategically to support their child. Collaborate with school officials, fostering open communication and teaching conflict resolution skills are far more effective and constructive method of addressing and resolving bullying incidents. There's a way to resolve every issue. But when you start to believe that you should take matters into your own hands, and just like that mother that instructed her child to kick that dog, and now they're looking for her child. Again, we need to stop setting our children up for failure. Because that assault, that coming up on somebody else's property, that could have been avoided. Had this school notified that parent that her child was being bullied and the kids were teasing that ICE was coming into her home to remove her parents to the point 11 years old that she took her own life? See, her mother could have reassured her that that was not going to happen had she been told. See, everybody has to be held accountable for your actions. All of that, oh, I'm going up to the school and I'm going to just take this bell and I'm going to cuss and hit and swing and kick and foaming at the mouth and yelling so loud that the people down the street and 10 houses over can hear you. That type of behavior, well, the first thing they're going to say is he gets it from home. His home is broken. His mother needs parenting class. That child is not safe. Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down a notch or two. Bring it down a notch or 5. Because, once again, we are in a different time. We are going backwards. And we'll be going backwards for a little while here. And in order to be that village and to come together as a community and depend on one another, we cannot be out there assaulting each other's children. Now, had that man just been watching this girl, watching, is someone picking her up? Hey, can I talk to you for a minute? Even your approach should be in a calm, respectful manner. Not, hey, yo, let me tell you something, because your kid been over here, no, because I'm ready to do you too. We need to move away from that. Because it's expected. And we live up to that. And really, and this part is for anybody. Anyone. I don't care what your skin color is. When you know that we are going backwards, stop trying to provoke. Stop trying to provoke. Teach your child how to pray. Because I am telling you, the only thing that's going to get you through this is prayer, praying with each other, praying for each other, being there, being that village. That's all you can do. And that is all you should want to do. Like, we're in the war just to survive. We don't know when the next eggs, milk, gas, rent. We don't even know if we're going to have insurance. We don't even know how our elderly parent is going to survive with programs being threatened every other day. So our focus should be on coming together. You know, I had a conversation with a friend last night, and I said, because she's been saying to me, I think what's going on is God's way of saying that we need to draw closer to Him. And it's true. But we need to draw closer to one another. We need to bring it back. Because I'm telling you, when I was coming up, And when I had my children, it was nothing for us to, we ate at the neighbor's house. We sometimes spend the nights there. You just look at on social media, this kid was riding his bike and then a man just come along and just was pushing him further away from his place. We didn't even know what it was like at that age. That boy looked to be about maybe 4 the most. We didn't even know what it was to be 4 and out the door by ourselves. When you went outside, it was because it was 5 or 6 families outside and everybody, we call it stoop there back east. You sat on the stoop, you made the sandwiches, the kids played, and if I went inside, it was like 3 or 4 more play aunties that was out there. So I just really don't understand how today that someone is coming to take a child that's not being carefully watched. Sometimes when we're being taken backwards, we need to go back with them. So if you have your mom and your great grandmom, hey, ask them, well, how did you take a can of beans? How did you take a hot dog? How did you take $10 and that was a meal for 3 days? How? But then if you're asking them a question and they're saying to you, take your child inside and give them a left and a right and kick them a couple of feet, then they're damaged. Anytime if someone is telling you to physically assault your child is wrong. And anytime you take it upon yourself to physically assault someone else's child, you are wrong. So again, bring the village back, bring the village back. If you know a child that is suffering, you know that family is going through something, don't just sit there hee ha ha and talk about them. No, offer them a meal. Offer them. Some people are just too proud, but never be too proud when you have children, because the only one that's going to suffer, children. Okay? And when you see this day and time, when you see your child bullying someone, make that correction. When you see someone else's child bullying, bring it to the parents' attention. Because see, we're back to where we cannot just say we're going to hold the school responsible. Because as I said, there's no telling what kind of cuts they're about to receive. And let me tell you something. When you say to someone, your paycheck includes this, and now you're trying to add 15 more things in there, that's discouraging. It's discouraging. So again, be the village, be there for one another, encourage one another, share with one another, watch each other's children, feed one another, because we're going backwards. And let me tell you something. Going backwards does not have to be painful. It really doesn't. But if you keep on relying on man and not relying on God to see you through these times, these rough times, you will continue to go through it. You will continue to feel like there's no way out. Pray. Pray to the Holy Spirit. Ask the Holy Spirit to guide you in these here situations, because I'm telling you, there is a way around it. There is a way around it. And that way is called praying. Continue to pray. Continue to allow the Holy Spirit to guide you. Teach your children how to pray. Teach them. It's not always about knocking somebody down. It's not always about being all loud to be heard and seen, and then you wonder how somebody found you. Well, you was loud enough. Let's come together. Let's come together. Let's come together. It is Gail with To The Point 101, and he first loved us. And remember, he really first loved us. And if you're going through anything, I am telling you, pray. Surround yourself with praying people. You don't have to be inside the church house or the schoolhouse to give. You can give outside of it. Teach your child how to give. Also teach your child how to be aware of their surroundings. And even when you go out your door, be aware of your surroundings. Check on your mom. Check on your dad. Check on your grandma. Check on your great grandma. Check on your sister. Check on your brother. Because I am telling you, we're in this trial and tribulations and we are going through it. But together, when we unite, we stand a chance of overcoming. And when I say when we unite, that is we as a country, we as a nation. There's no color in that. But do not be deceived that your color, your skin color is not going to play a role in it. And this is why I say, stop being out there screaming and yelling and flinging things and running each other over, doing the unthinkable. Because when it's all said and done, because if you don't meet each other at the crossroads, you for sure will meet each other in the claims, okay? So, with that being said, happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Love someone. Pray for someone. Be there for each other. Keep your hands off of other people's children. You learn conflict management so you may teach your children conflict management, and therefore we can stop unliving each other. We can stop it. We can stop it. It's Gail, and I will see you all soon. Happy Friday once again. And happy Friday to you guys, YouTube. And happy Friday.